Cherry, cherry. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm happy to be here. We're going. It's been a bit. Sorry for taking so long sometimes. I just have been a bit tired the last few days, so yeah. Still, I'm happy to be back, everyone. And how have you been? Also, it's good to see you, Viridian. So, how have you been since last time we spoke? Hello, Magscab. Welcome. Today we have a very relaxed little stream. Mostly we're going to be taking part in this new event that popped up. And then we're going to hopefully, if there's enough time, do the initial part of Ineffa's story. I've been slacking on that, got distracted with the summer event and all that, so let's hope it's nice and interesting. Well, it should be. It includes a robot maid. Still. This place is so relaxing. And I really need to get around to cleaning up some side quests. There are so many that I just sort of do the classic I'm going to do it later thing, and then I never get around to it. Remind me to do a side quest cleanup stream at one point. So let's see what this event is, and hopefully it's voiced.
Wait, the person drinking tea over there. Isn't that Yelan?
Yep, that's Yelan.
Oh, looks like she's having some kind of tea party with friends. We're just in time.
It's Yelan, so it's probably going to be some super spy nonsense. There are eyes on this place, and not the friendly kind either. As expected with Yelan.
Aren't we gonna go say hi?
Sure, Paimon, let's go say hello.
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned yourself a break.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case really took it out of me.
So she's a Maison Gardiennage, so she's French.
13 strongholds. One thieving weasel after another. We rounded up so many people, you almost start to hope a few were innocent, just to balance it out.
No, they're not.
I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway, I'm gonna drop in on that old classmate of mine in Chaoying Village and reminisce about old times.
Aw, that's nice.
Don't forget to take some tea and dim sum back to your friends at the Maison Gardiennage.
Suspicious people who I'm probably going to beat up.
Oh, looks like Yelan's friend left. Paimon kinda wanted to meet her.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about them. Yelan must have noticed, right?
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Traveler, Paimon, take a seat.
So, Yelan, is this where you reveal that your friend was bait?
Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea, if you would. And 2 more place settings.
Okay.
Now, judging by that expression, I assume you came over to ask about the 2 spies that were just watching us.
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask about.
Spies? What spies? There were spies around here just now?
Oh, okay, 1 second. My stream's lagging. Let me try to clear some stuff out. Why is the game lagging all of a sudden? Okay. That should be a bit better. One second, let me just check some things here. Just close this. Yeah, that should clear up some processing power, and yeah, that's better. Yeah, we're just eavesdropping on.
Oh, more than that, I'm sure. I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler. Anything to foil our operation.
Yep.
Oh, so you're tracking down some criminals? They've got some nerve spying on you like that. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
Well, that's just how these things are.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. If I could leave it to someone else, I would. I could have been on vacation right now.
Everyone wants to be on vacation, Yelan. If you have to handle it yourself, I guess it must be pretty serious.
Mora laundering, to the tune of 10 figures and counting.
Well, that's a lot.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora? And who are these figures? There are 10 of them?
Paimon, you're not usually this dumb.
In layman's terms, a certain merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through illicit means. But it's easy to get caught when you're moving that kind of cash.
Ah,
So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and what do you know? Your illegal Mora now looks completely legit. And this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering.
that. Yeah, that's usually a pretty common thing for fronts.
He buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art, driving up their price in the process. Then, when the items go to auction, he buys them up at their inflated price with his own illicit funds. And through this exchange, the proceeds he receives in return are clean.
Yep, he sells to himself, buys to himself, and then inflates the value of this art. Then, if he wants to complete the cycle, he can then resell them to someone else who thinks that the high price is their actual value, and well, basically earned a tidy profit from money laundering.
This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders Mora for other criminals as well, a business which earned him the title, the Dark Financier.
And considering your involvement, I'm guessing some of his collectibles are from Liyue.
That's to be expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, you can get your hands on exquisite antiques without breaking the bank. Tea sets, porcelain, jade, statues, all easily marketed as pieces of fine art.
True.
Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes poses a real threat to our trade standing in the long run.
I see, because if it's associated with illicit cheapness and scams, then obviously that will affect the reputation, which will then affect people willing to buy the trade. Yep, makes sense.
So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine, it's back to work for me.
Well, unfortunate.
Okay, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like moving Mora from one hand to the other. In other words, just disguising where it originally came from.
Yep, basically, yeah.
But if you know what this merchant is up to, shouldn't it be pretty easy to catch him?
Well, that's the thing, it isn't.
You go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him right as he goes to purchase his expensive piece of Liyue art.
Issue there is that he has done nothing illegal at that point.
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But there are too many loose ends. If you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would you really expose yourself as the face of the operation?
I see. Intermediaries.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be seen doing the dirty work. You'd send someone else instead. Like, if Paimon was the bad guy, she'd send the Traveler. No, wait! Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never... Paimon would need, like, a group of minions or something.
Like some kids.
Oh. Oh! Paimon gets it now. Even if you track down the goods, if this dark financier guy isn't the one doing the buying at the auction, you won't catch him.
Exactly, and you'll have no evidence.
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to Fontaine, get them to the auction house. None of which are tasks he performs himself. He has a whole crew to hide behind. Tracking down the goods is already complicated enough. They change hands so many times, the trail is almost impossible to follow. So the most logical course of action is to play the long game. You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the dark financier himself.
Which means you wanted them to overhear the conversation because you want them to let their guard down, and your friend was likely the bait.
Well, wait, so you were just pretending? And to think, Paimon thought all that stuff about wrapping up the case and taking a break was actually true.
Well, they want to
Right
do
you
that.
are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of the Dark Financier's strongholds, which allowed us to nab most of his crew. Those spies just now were his most important agents, the two people he trusts to have direct contact with him. The
I
first
see the
is
plan.
Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auctioning off the goods. And the other is Dodamani, a ship owner from Sumeru and longtime cargo transporter.
I see the
They're
plan.
under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks on purpose. The goal is to make them think that, by some stroke of luck, they're in the clear and have room to act.
When in
They think
reality,
keeping tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar and get whatever remains of their goods out of Liyue.
but in
little do they
reality,
know, while their attention's fixed on her, I'll be secretly gathering the intel that's gonna bring them crashing down. So, interested in coming along for the ride?
why of
I'm
course.
curious how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential there.
Getting to work with the Elan? Yeah, I would want to work with her too. I mean, look at her. Look at her. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now we're a part of it too. Let's do it! For Yelan, for the people of Chenyavale, and for, the Liyue business world.
I
And
admire your selflessness, Traveler and Paimon.
yeah, exactly, Viridian. Very hot boss. Like, she is. Like, I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure she probably has a lot of fan art. A lot of it.
Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this the Fontainian way? You'll get exactly what a top agent receives for a dangerous field mission.
Money.
Getting started is always the hardest part, but luckily, I have a lead.
Oh?
The Dark Financier's crew is even more on guard than usual, so our best bet is to do some counter-surveillance to get on the right track. And I think I know just the place to start. Let's head northeast and see if I'm right.
I'm going to assume that you said that in such a way that no one in the area could hear us, you know, speaking quietly. Ah, here is the... So, how does this work? Counter surveillance. Go to suspicious area. Okay, over there. Oh, that's near Turtle Friend. I know that area very well. There's a small puzzle in that area where you basically give meat and a giant turtle appears. Then he will take you to a new area not too far away, and there'll be a luxurious chest there. Plus, it's a pretty good spot for farming one of this area's mats. Let's see what this first suspicious area has.
All right, let's start our investigation here.
You follow Yelan through an uninhabited region of the northeast of Chenyu Vale. With Yelan's help, you find a covert location from which to scout the beach. But you don't see any members of the Dark Financier's crew, nor anything else suspicious about the area.
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right? Paimon doesn't see any bad guys to nab around here.
Have patience, Paimon. It's not time to nab the bad guys. At least, not yet.
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Impressive.
Yep, we're lying in wait. This is an ambush.
Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. So right now, finding his stock is our #1 priority.
Also, look, up there, that's Turtle Friend. Big Turtle Friend. I like him.
And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold is imperative.
Let's ask Turtle Friend. Did you hear that? Turtle Friend says it's close.
Which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point from up here, don't you think?
It is. Honestly, is kind of a good vantage point. You can probably see most of the harbor from here easily.
Huh, guess so. Paimon can see the port of Elon Wharf, the boats in the distance, and some kind of tower. What's that for?
Lighthouse?
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means of communication.
Yeah, one thing we have to keep in mind is that a lot of these locations are a lot larger than they are in-game. So while from our perspective, it's just like a short stretch of water away, from everyone else's perspective, it's a fair bit further. I think I understand what makes it so important.
Oh, let's hear it.
Spy on the Millilith helps with their operations. It's the perfect spot for counter surveillance. Helps avoid the... Yeah, it's...
Not too far off at all, Traveler. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Chenyu Vale through consistent patrolling. This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge help if you need to move goods under the radar.
I see the plan.
So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts in this area.
So we find traces, then we use that to find them. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't quite follow, but she'll take your word for it.
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're meticulous, I'm positive we'll find something.
Okay, so take the camera and do the thing. Yep, it's a camera. So equip the camera and talk to Yelan.
All set?
Yep, I'm good. Ready to investigate.
Remember, an eye for detail is key. Clues are often hidden in plain sight.
Let's see. Okay, I see. Let's start with... Okay. Yes, counter surveillance, key objectives. Health with the current state of the area. Okay, so yeah. Cooking pot is one of the first ones. Yep. Firewood still fresh. Someone was cooking only not too long ago. That's one. What's this? Anything strange about the boat? Let's see here. So, trash. Boat is here.
Take it easy.
Yeah, this should be one of them. Okay, yeah, a small mound. Something might be buried underneath. And wait, wasn't this further out? Oh. Yeah, it's been used recently. So let's see, there's a small mound, clearly wet raised. So looks like they came in, they stayed a while, probably observing, and they left something hidden.
Some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this carrier pigeon tube contains several coded messages.
Ah, I see. That's how they did it.
Huh. So there really is evidence around here. It's like these guys aren't even afraid of getting caught. What if the Millilith noticed them spying and decided to investigate?
These objects suggest the Dark Financier scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. People like that are trained not to crack under pressure.
Ah, I see. Pretend to be fishermen. If the Millilith looked, they would think, oh, they're just fishermen, and if they came to investigate, we're just fishermen. Keep up the pretense.
All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse, like needing a place to rest. The Millilith can't investigate or apprehend a civilian without probable cause.
Exactly.
Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something like that.
Yep, but the good news is we found some evidence.
Not to mention, the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active and wasn't among those caught by Officer Edler. So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're still on their tail.
Yelan takes out an elaborate set of tools and creates exact replicas of the key and coded messages found at the scene. She then restores the scene to its original state, smart, erasing any signs that an investigation has taken place. Keep them from guessing.
I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden.
Can't be too far away.
Any ideas?
Might be onto something. Are time sensitive, so if you needed to send a message, it would need to happen fast.
Spot on again, Traveler. Looks like you don't need anyone to hold your hand when it comes to deductive reasoning. Given a carrier pigeon's speed, the two locations should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. That means the base we're looking for should be within a certain radius. Ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
And also the fact that they probably need access to water.
That just leaves the shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well, our next destination is decided then. Let's go.
Yeah, let's see what's over there. Let's see, over... Oh yeah, I think I've looked at that area once or twice, but not really in depth. So, we have to go up. Oh yeah, I forgot, this place has these things. So convenient. I always like how they give each area a unique movement option, just to make exploration a bit more interesting. In Chenyu Vale, we have those fish things. In Mondstadt, there's a lot more wind-based things for gliding. Liyue is not as interesting since it has a lot of these puzzles with pressure pads and all that for constructs. obviously, Sumeru has their own grapple hook things. Natlan has all the Saurian stuff, and of course, Fontaine is underwater. So, fun, fun, fun.
And nothing out of the ordinary here, either.
If we've learned anything from the last place, it's the more normal it looks, that the more it could be hiding.
That's right. No detail is too small to investigate. I believe.
Yep. I clicked a bit too quickly. Oh well.
The evidence could be even more well hidden this time. All set?
Yep, let's do this.
All right. I know you have an eye for detail, so use it to your advantage. You've got this.
It's fun just doing basic detective stuff. Nice and relaxing. Okay, so let's check the case records. So it's specifically here. Well, first thing I want to... Okay, not that. So... Ooh, right, false. Yeah, this should be something. I guess I'm not looking at the right angle. Okay, that's going to be a finicky, annoying thing. Yeah, it's new, so it must have moved something recent. Lantern. Yeah, why is there a lantern hanging from the branch? So one, that's two. Get a higher look here. One, two, so that's lantern, right. What could be different here? Right, the rock? Oh, not where it used to be. Someone moved the rock. So the rock, that... What else has been changed? Oh, I see. The rock has been moved. So... Right. Has the tree been tampered with? Let's see here. Tree broken. Spot the difference. Spot the difference. You know, it's going to either be incredibly frustratingly dumb or something super obvious that I somehow am missing. Oh. It was just outside of the area I was looking. So we found footprints, a rock that was moved, so it's probably under the rock.
This must be it! The secret base where they stashed their goods! Definitely wasn't easy to find.
Well, well. Looks like you tracked it down in no time at all. I see your potential as a solo field agent, Traveler. Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. Let's see what surprises could be in store.
Yes. And the loot.
This isn't their home turf, so I doubt they had time to set more traps. Should make our lives easier.
Ah, water.
I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the name of the game. You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges in while I'm in there.
You got it! This is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. She's got your back!
And I've kind of murdered a lot of things. I'm pretty sure if anyone showed up, they'd be dead. I doubt these guys will come back while we're here.
Good point. Yelan doesn't make mistakes like that.
Yelan opens the door to the stronghold and observes the space. It appears to be an ordinary cellar. Due to the construction difficulties, the top and side walls couldn't be completely sealed, causing water from the soil to seep into the space. Noticing this, Yelan covers her hands in a thin sheen of hydro. This means she can touch items in the space without leaving traces behind, because the water from her hands will vaporize over time. Oh, okay, I see. Finally, Yelan enters the stronghold and begins to examine the items sealed within. Because water seeping in, if the item is, seen as moist or wet, well, I just assumed that the water seeped in on it.
Alright, that's done. I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored here. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding goods. Then, we can let them lead us to our main target.
Wow, that was fast! You must do that all the time, huh?
What's our next move?
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. We can't possibly monitor them all. Besides, that would be a waste of personnel. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area, keep tabs on the situation, and attempt to decipher their coded messages. Once his two lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction. And then, we'll have somewhere to start.
Makes sense.
Got it! All we can do now is wait. Wait, and then follow them straight to the guy behind this whole thing so we can give him the old 1-2 punch!
Or sword, or arrow, or a lot of things that would probably make the guy wish he was dead.
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her two stalkers on a wild goose chase around Qiaoying village. Once they decide it was all a waste of time, it's her turn to tail them instead. Not to mention our